Good luck to you both.
Well, two world champions, each of them has made a single defence of their respective titles. So much at stake here tonight on a massive night for women's boxing. So we're underway then, as David Diamante was saying, on the road to unification, and a clipping right hand is the first scoring punch of the contest from Mary McGee. The stage is set here for Chantelle Cameron in a British ring. In any sport, the best performers take the chances when they're presented to them. And this is a huge opportunity for Chantelle Cameron to add the IBF title to the WBC crown that she already holds. Nice jab that changed into a left hook and then follows up with a right hand over the top. Mary McGee in the past has been susceptible to an overhand right when she throws a sometimes lazy left jab, and Cameron took advantage of that inside the first 45 seconds. Good right hand from McGee though, as Cameron tried to open up over on that far side of the ring. Some in the build-up to this fight felt that the speed of Cameron would be the key here, and she landed a left-right combination there, but a counter right hand came back from McGee.
As we see so often, Mike, in female boxing, there's very little feeling out. They're getting straight down to it, and both of these women here are really rolling the dice with these right hands. There's little regard for defense.
Cameron won the WBC title a year ago this month. She tries to ping in that right hand over the top once again, but this time McGee was wise to it. Didn't quite find the accuracy. She flicks out the jab now, taken on the gloves by McGee. McGee falling forward, off balance there.
Move your head after you punch, and I would agree with that.
Such important advice, because she was caught on the way out after having successes of her own in that opening round. And Jamie Moore was saying to me that the Americans were absolutely sure that Cameron would box on the back foot, but they were determined to send her into the fray, to send her on the front foot and try to surprise McGee. But McGee has been fairly composed so far.
As I've seen in the previous fights, McGee takes the first round or two to have a look. Came out this round using the jab a lot, looking to catch and counter now.
Not the quickest is McGee, but she is finding accuracy at times here. That was a good exchange there. Good work from Chantelle Cameron.
Good body shot there from Cameron.
There you go, see, draw it out. You're making mistakes now.
Good right hand for Cameron.
And working in behind the jab, in behind the left hand. The left hand could be such an important punch, such a pivotal punch for Cameron here. Clicks McGee on the way in with the right hand, and again, and then has to move out of range, not allowing McGee the opportunity to find that counter. Half a minute to go in round 2 of 10. 2-minute rounds, of course, in Women's World Championship boxing.
Jab whip, good hook, double it up. Double it up, double that head. Double it up.
It's the footwork that's separating them now, Mike. The better footwork of Cameron. It's giving her the advantage. She's able to step out of range. She's able to maneuver up like this. And she's also able to close one. Good right hand. Good exchange here. And a push.
Good work by Cameron at the end of the round there.
Second down, round 3.
So the message clear from Jamie Moore in the corner there, that patience will be a virtue here for Chantelle Cameron as she defends her WBC super lightweight belt and attempts to take the IBF crown from Mary McGee. This the first semi-final in effect on the road to undisputed. The second of them coming up in November. Again, good use of the feet from Cameron, presenting a moving target for McGee, and McGee is really finding it a puzzle as to how to cut off the ring space, how to close down the space between herself and Cameron.
McGee seems to be mixed and stuck in between two game plans. When she gets up on her toes and jabs, she seems to have success, but now often she'll close up like this and look to catch and counter.
Again, good probing work with the left hand by Cameron. Then the right hand lands as well after a couple of successes for McGee in that latest exchange.
Cameron's just outworking her. She's being busier. She's catching the eye.
And all the time working that left hand, even when it's not landing, it still is having an effect because McGee is being made to work and being made to avoid it now as they open up again in the centre ring. But Cameron seems to be having the best of the exchanges. She seems to be the one controlling the pace and the pattern of the fight at this stage. Terrific. Straight left, straight right, and McGee this time can't respond. Another jab from Cameron, and there's a buoyancy about the work of Cameron now.
McGee's feet too far off than I just planted. She's very static.
Into round 4, and we were saying earlier in the evening how Mark Tibbs and Jimmy Tibbs have such prowess in the corner, but likewise Jamie Moore growing with each successive fight in his reputation as a trainer. So composed in the corner, simple, straightforward messages to Cameron, who works away on the inside, though gets caught once again here, and she fancies the tear up on the ropes here, and McGee's trying to respond. Toe-to-toe on the ropes just above us here at ringside, as Cameron fancies herself here in a battle of strength and a battle of power, as well as having the upper hand in terms of overall technique.
Good body work from Cameron.
There were rumours around the Fight Hotel that McGee had really struggled to make the 10-stone limit, the 140-pound limit this week. And Cameron is really upping the pace here. She wants to make this 10 hard World Championship rounds. Pressing forward once again, even though Jamie Moore in the corner, pressing the need for patience. But it's such a huge occasion in the career of Chantelle Cameron. We are moving into what is surely going to be the defining stage of her career. And these are the fights that she'll be remembered for, one way or the other. And she wants to produce the performance necessary to take home a second World Championship belt. Just misses with that overhand right. Another one of the messages from Jamie Moore, beat her to the punch. But McGee here is flailing away, sometimes southpaw. I'm not sure she even knows that she's turned to southpaw at times, but so gamely trying to fire back, virtually dancing after Cameron. Well, Mary McGee can't afford to play it safe, according to Carlos Jones, her trainer in the corner. And again, she moves into range and walks onto a left hand from Cameron. The jab of Cameron has been impressive at times. Then the single right hand. Quality boxing and signs there of the strong amateur pedigree. The woman who won the Rio Olympics test event the year before the games themselves and beat the gold medalist, and now rocks McGee with a right hand that landed on the high part of the head, and McGee stands motionless in the centre of the ring, and Cameron opens up with a shot to the body, varying the line of attack now, as again McGee virtually dances forward.
Is that jab simple?
Simple instructions from the corner, keep the jab simple. That most important of punches. Now swaying from the waist and making McGee miss, and then almost makes her pay by flicking out the left hand having swayed away from 2 shots. This is good work from Cameron. Then she tries to land that left-right, left-hook combination. McGee, though, still pouring forward, walking onto those straight shots once again as McGee this time tries to switch her attack to the body.
It's lovely boxing from Cameron. Good left hook. Lovely boxing, controlling. It's ring generalship. How she's manoeuvring McGee around the ring. A very skillful boxer.
And McGee has said that she expected Cameron to dance around and move around the ring, but that she would cut off the ring space, that she would block the escape routes. But Cameron isn't needing those escape routes here. She's using terrific footwork here now. Pressing forward again at the end of this round, ramming home her advantage. And McGee standing stock still on the ropes on the far side of the ring.
Round 6.
And so we move into the second half of this World Championship unification contest with the WBC and IBF super lightweight belts at stake, and another lively start to the round. Cameron trying to match McGee in terms of punch numbers, and with punch quality there, that jab that mutated into a left hook. Good work as we see the scorecard of Darren Barker at the foot of the screen there. He's got Cameron 3 rounds up at this stage.
Good stab. Tight. Tight. Side over champ. Get in there. Don't go in front of him. Keep that back foot back. Now, come on. That back foot back. Stop. Stop.
Good exchange from Cameron there, landing cleanly, although again McGee did have her successes, and there was a show of contempt from McGee for the power of Cameron, but Cameron is landing again and piling up the points.
It's the better accuracy from Cameron, the faster feet, the better technique, and the head movement too. McGee's head is all too often just in the one spot. Good left right from McGee.
And the better work from Cameron at long and medium range, but just a sense that McGee has her best chances when Cameron chooses to exchange. But again, Cameron coming off best.
Well, he's getting caught by Cameron more often than not.
And McGee at the start of this 7th round sensing that she's really got to do something special here to try to turn the tide. And this is a game charge by the American, but there's little in the way of copybook behind it here, and she's being picked off by Cameron.
McGee needs to shorten her shots when they're up close. Just like that.
And Cameron switches the attack to the body, taken on the elbows by McGee.
I wonder if McGee thinks that Cameron's starting to tire a little, and that's why she's putting on so much pressure. Switch to southpaw now, good left hand to the body. Really going after the body, McGee, in this round.
Steps out. There you go. Time it in.
Cameron concentrating her attacks to the head with one single body shot in there, tried the right uppercut, and now she opens up once again. McGee trying to fight back, as she has done throughout the contest. But the flame of those early attacks seems to be withering now, as Cameron again gets strong in the second half of the round.
Jump off the stairs. Jump off the stairs. Be first. Jump off the stairs. Time it in. Time it in.
Good 1-2 on low exit from Cameron, but she does look like she's starting to tire a little bit. But with these 2-minute rounds, exchange.
Another one of those examples where in the exchanges, most of the key punches are being landed by Cameron. Potentially 3 rounds to go.
What I really like about Cameron is when she's moving around the ring. She'll throw a combination. If she finishes a combination with her right hand, she moves off to her right. That naturally takes McGee's momentum in the opposite direction. If she finishes with her left hand, she moves to left, just like that.
And there is a real sense of desperation about the work of McGee now.
Cameron can't afford to give these rounds away. She's still got to fight and win them.
And she can win them with these clean, solid shots, the straight shots, the pinpoint shots like that have been so impressive for so much of the contest so far. But the best of the champions don't relinquish their authority, and Cameron has been in charge for most of this contest. And now she opens up. Good work once again, then steps away, not allowing McGee the chance to fire back. Tries the right uppercut, follows up with a clipping right over the top. Good work again from Cameron.
McGee seems to just be caught in between 2 game plans. She doesn't know whether she wants to press, which she does early. When she does that early in the rounds, she has success. Sometimes she'll get up and jab on her toes, and then sometimes she's just standing around like this. And that's way too easy for Cameron.
Tremendous right hand set up with the jab. Even though the jab didn't land, it forced its way through the right hand after that because it had distracted McGee. Terrific work by Cameron at the end of this, the 8th round, piling on the pressure here. Right hand and then moves away out of range once again. And now fancies her chances up close. She's had the better of the exchanges throughout the contest. Right hand over the top and a second one from Cameron. And at times she can't miss the American, but bravely McGee fights back once again.
Unbelievable action here then.
Chantelle Cameron with a golden opportunity here to claim a 2nd World Championship belt here at the O2 Arena. As McGee tries to land solid shots of her own in this, the 9th round, the penultimate round. Still striding purposefully after Cameron. Cameron talking to McGee now, and there's another one of those pinpoint 1-2 left-right combinations.
This is better for McGee though. This is better tactics from her. Walking forward, hands high, throwing the jab and working behind it.
And you do wonder why she hadn't tried them before, but maybe she has, and maybe Cameron is just beginning to tire now.
Now, this is the pattern of the fight. She starts off the first half of the round really well with a game plan, and then she'll have to sit back.
McGee gets caught there trying to switch from orthodox to southpaw, and was in the middle of the turn when Cameron went on the attack. Cameron shy of the distance this time with a left combination. Big right hand. And the right hand gets through though. The work rate here is too much for McGee, time and time again, round after round. And again, as Andy said, after that bright start, the light has dimmed in the work of McGee, although the left hand from the southpaw stance does get through. Better quality punching though on the back foot coming from Cameron, who then makes McGee miss. Good work in defence and in attack at the end of this round from Cameron. The touch of the gloves ahead of the 10th and final round. WBC and IBF titles at stake in the super lightweight division, and Mary McGee, who's a long way behind on points on Darren Barker's scorecard, and I'm sure on the scorecards of just about everybody at ringside, is trying to do something sensational in this last round. Cameron lands a brilliant left hook to reimpose her authority on the contest that she has dominated here. A huge stage on which she was asked to perform here and she's found a performance to match. Tries that razor-sharp right hand, missed with that, but followed up with a left hook and got through. She's talked so often, Chantelle Cameron, about the disappointment of missing out on the Olympic Games in 2016. Heartbreak is the word that she's used time and time again. And every step in her professional career is part of the design to erase the memory of that setback in her career. And this could be a very special night as McGee tries to fire back. Left hook gets through though from Cameron, who had covered up well on the inside. Most of the attacking shots from McGee landing only on the elbows and the gloves of Cameron.
Just look at the desire here, Mike. Like, both of these women are champions and they're fighting like champions.
She came here with the belt around her waist, Mary McGee, and she wants to leave with it. She's giving every last ounce of effort through to the final bell, swinging away. But Chantelle Cameron, for most of the contest, has had the Americans measure here. And now she tries to finish in grandstand style. Overhand right, this time just shy of the distance. It's landed so often during the contest. A warm embrace, a warm ovation all around this O2 arena as Chantelle Cameron takes the applause of her trainers, of the Americans trainers and the crowd here. Chantelle Cameron surely now is a double world champion, adding the IBF belt to the WBC title that she took to the ring.
It's a fantastic fight, Mike, from start to finish. Both of them were happy to stand and try toe-to-toe just like this numerous times throughout the fight. But it was Cameron, the better feet, the better technique, and landed the better shots throughout the fight.
And in those many exchanges, it was the standout punches landed by Cameron time and time again. But Mary McGee never stopped aggression, never stopped pushing forward, trying to close down the gap. But in the end, the gap in class was too big a divide. Chantelle Cameron came into the ring with a 14-fight unbeaten record, 8 of them inside the distance. But as we've seen so often in Women's World Championship boxing, the gameness and the bravery, the resilience and the courage of opponents often takes them through to the final bell. And that was the case here this evening as Mary McGee makes her way over to Cameron's corner for another embrace. Sportsmanship here of the highest caliber from McGee, who talked a great fight during the week and spoke about how her motivation was her 6-year-old son, and she wanted to add another World Championship belt to her collection so that she could show them to him as an inspiration for him and his life, she said, in sport to come. Time now for the official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a nice round of applause out here for both of these fighters. After 10 rounds of action here in London, England, we go to the judges' score totals. Frank Lombardi, 100-90. Guido Cavalieri, 99-91. Victor Laughlin, 99-92. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And now the unified WBC, IBF, and Ring Magazine Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Chantelle Il Capo Cameron.
Il Capo, they call her Il Capo, the boss, and she certainly bossed that fight there tonight on one judge's scorecard, winning all 10 World Championship rounds. She says that she's visualized becoming the undisputed world champion, And now, after winning the IBF belt, adding to the WBC crown that she already held, she's one fight away from that dream of undisputed status.